All right, another day working on Project RockNRolla. Today we're going to try to button this thing up so it's roadworthy again. So we got a few things on the agenda today, see if we can get through all of them. So today we're going to try to get through reassembling all the internals on the clutch slave cylinder. Looks like it was freshly rebuilt, so we're just going to put everything back together and bleed it. Also going to weld an extension on the exhaust. We're going to make a little repair to our starter and figure out what's going on there. And we need to loop the power steering. Since we deleted the power steering pump, since it's really not needed on this light of a car. If you can see down here, there's the inlet and the outlet for the steering box. So we need to maintain fluid in there to keep the gears lubricated, if nothing else. So we're just going to loop some hose in there today. And then hook up the rest of the wiring harness. You can see everything's just hanging out in the car. So we made a repair with some JB weld to our starter here to get the solenoid hot lead reattached to the body. So now we got to do a little delicate soldering with whatever we got left to try and reattach those wires right there. That stuff that's on there is not melting. That's the effort.
Can you heat up the wire a bit maybe?
This might be starting. Sometimes it helps to get some fresh solder in there because it transfers heat faster than the old shit. So we finally got the starter all soldered up and I think it's gonna work, so we gotta bolt this thing back in now. So there's our slave. Looks like it's got a little surface rust on there. You can see it looks like it was freshly honed. So we're just gonna clean that up real quick and put everything back together here. So we've got our slave cylinder all cleaned up. You can see it looks pretty flawless in there now. So we're going to reassemble it and get it bolted back up to the trans. So we've got brake fluid already in there to kind of line it so that everything slides in nice and easy. So we got the piston in with the spring. And now we'll just kind of roll the boot back over. This is a push type clutch, so it just bolts onto the side of the trans here, pushes the clutch fork in. Header back on. We don't have any header bolts or studs, and Sandoval's not answering his fucking phone because he's goat fucking today. So fuck you, Sandoval. Fuck you. Call us back. So one of the issues you can see here is we've got a huge gap around the shifter on the trans tunnel. I'm guessing this car might have been an auto car, and there's a different cutout plate. So it looks like somebody trimmed it here. It is a T50 trans, which is original to this Corolla, at least the generation. When we were driving it, it was almost unbearable to hear the exhaust since the header is right about there. So I'm making a plate since I was unable to locate a factory shifter for this, and being that it's cut, I'm not sure it would even fit. All right, so here you can see our completed plate. So it's covering all those gaps that we had previously there, and then on top of it is a shifter we got from a local pick and pull yard. Okay, so now shifter's in, boot and all. So everything should be good to go now. So there we go. See, it's not the prettiest thing, making just a sharp angle, but I'm not willing to pie cut this because we've got some big plans for this motor in the future, and we're probably going to end up scrapping this exhaust with that anyways, so this is just a temporary thing for one season. So I got all the wiring hooked up. I didn't bother showing you guys just because this is a carbureted push rod 4-cylinder with a distributor, so there's really not much to it. There's not very many plugs or electronics on this thing, and it's kind of boring. So anyways, we got all that hooked up, and we, I think, are ready to fire this thing up, set the timing, dial in the carb a little bit, and just make sure that it runs in general after we did kind of a mild tear down inspection and reseal the whole motor. So let's give it a shot and hope we didn't screw it up.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Adam, what's up?
So we got the wiring harness and all that shit hooked back up, and fired the car up, and it actually started, but something's jacked up on it, man. Something's bad.
Something what?
I don't know. Let me just start it for you. Let me put the phone down. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, you hear that?
What the hell is that?
Dude, I don't know. It's loud.
That's not the car.
That's the car.
Our car.
Yeah. It literally...
No.
Yeah, it literally sounds like someone is banging on something metal. Like it's just, I don't know, metal sounds.
Yeah, it sounds like a rod's about to go through the side of the damn block.
Yeah, it like literally the only way I can describe it is if someone was like sitting here with a hammer pounding it on a baking sheet.
What?
Yeah. It sounds exactly like my dad standing next to the car pounding on a baking sheet.
Your dad better not be standing next to the car pounding on a baking sheet. Dude, I'm gonna kill you.
We're just screwing with you.
Oh my god, you're gonna give me a heart attack. What the hell?
Yeah, it runs perfect.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. You guys are
Hey, it was his idea, not mine. My dad's the dick.
Oh, shit. Laughing.
All right. All right, dude. I think we're good to go on this. We need to load it up and go hot lap it.
Oh my gosh, you guys give me a goddamn heart attack over here. All right, let's ride this thing.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later. We'll figure it out.
All right, cool, man. Later.
Bye.